passing by, see what's inside of me. Right there, step inside, see what's inside of me. Right there, passing by, see what's inside of me. Right there, step inside. See what's inside of me. Right there, passing by. See what's inside of me. Right there, step inside.
the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Vikings and the Hawks, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we got a good one here as the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team and say, get ready here. They come in from the loss in the opener last week, and that one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Breaks through the contact. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard as he's dropped at the 23. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
On first down, Patterson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so, but put the quarterback on the deck.
It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out, their signal caller. Now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Come on. Hey.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Here's a diving catch right side. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. In motion goes the tight end. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Shifts past him. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
He'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. You talk about the Seahawks defense. They've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the number 1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On play action, they'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dive up here that puts it in the end zone. And that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Seahawks nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look nowhere to go. Here he lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the... And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Bolden to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. And look at his defense for the Vikings. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run again with Bolden. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Operating from the gun. Patterson over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 71 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a and 6 coming up. Back to throw. Patterson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now it's Bolden. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Patterson. A man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a 2nd. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Chuck that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the first down. On the handoff, they start with Bolden. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Looking to throw on second down. Patterson. He's got the connection to Cooper. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Shedding through the defense. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Patterson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
At the 4-yard line.
Looking to throw. Patterson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Seahawks! Tyler Lockett from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Across midfield. He's on his way.
Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, some concern out there right now as we got an injury stoppage. It's DK Metcalf who's getting some help following that last play. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Back to throw. Patterson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Patterson.
Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Seahawks 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And Lockett going to pick up a Seahawks first down as the tackle made right at the 30-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Looking to throw. Patterson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. This is taken at about the 14. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As was back over to Orlando with our ESPN. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time to trip around the NFL. Eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in week 2. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the Bears who pick up the victory at home. Justin Fields, 3 touchdown passes as his guys move to 2-0 on the young season. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. C.D. Lamb with a touchdown catch from Dak Prescott. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin. See what's happening with the Packers. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. Justin Herbert, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in week 1. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
And teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Now this throw caught left side. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Shedding the tackle, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They're going to look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 11-yard line.
To throw on second down. Patterson, left side complete to Lockett. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on third down. Patterson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
First down, Vikings.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left.
Just a crazy throw there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Reek Woolen.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Touchdown! DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 75. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. The end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 3. And the Vikings 1st down.
Ready?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted winds up falling incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out in the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
We set in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. inside the 15-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. They'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown, Vikings! From 13 yards out. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Seahawks 21.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing on first down. Patterson. He finds Smith and Jigba. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Patterson. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. A good pickup there at 22. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things down. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s? Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Patterson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point attempt to follow here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing after the interception. Patterson, a dump off here to Bolden. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. He's been pretty good with his legs in this game. A really nice gain there. Defensively, they've been okay covering downfield, but you got to account for the quarterback, right?
Yeah, and that's the hardest part because normally when you play 11 on 11, it's truly not 11 on 11. Defensively, you don't account for the quarterback in the run game. You account for everyone else and hope that you can catch him before he gets to the first down marker. But as you notice, he's been doing it a little bit. This time he saved his best for this run.
And saving one of his best for the fourth quarter. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The offense on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And this will have been returned to right around the 38-yard line. On 1st and 10, Patterson. It's caught. Lockett. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Vikings 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Patterson. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw. Patterson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
And he returns this to the 22. The Vikings head out to take over once again. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
A 3-yard gain.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.